Y'all, we are back in the building. We are back in the building. And I knew that today we were going to be getting this Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip trailer. So I was planning to go live. That's why I wanted to get out the earlier video. But then some more news popped off. So now we got to add in some news on top of our recap of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Roaring 20th trailer, which we are going to get to. We got a story about Mia Thornton that just came out of the blue. So we're going to talk about that too. And we're going to get into Shamea and this cease and desist that she sent to Angela. So I got to really dive all the way into this interview that Shamea did. She's doing the press rounds ahead of the reunion. So it is very likely that Shamea will be on Watch What Happens Live this coming Sunday. And this coming Sunday is going to be very interesting because we know that she has her confrontation with K. Michelle about what K. Michelle told Pinky about the, Shamea telling her that the girls of Atlanta, the candy coated knights, clique, don't want Shamea to be friends with K. Michelle, allegedly. Okay. So we got all this going on. Lots happening today. And we're going to dive right into it in just 1 second. If you guys haven't already done so, y'all click the like button on this video. It is free for you to do and engage in the community. Let us know where you are from in the chat. I see the Virgin Islands is in the building. Hey, nursey nurse, surprise, surprise. All right. So, yeah, I mean, let's dive on in. Um, Someone in the chat asked where I get tea from, and it's so funny that you would ask that question because I make it a habit of actually showing you the actual source on the screen in just about every video. So that is actually where the tea comes from. And then what I do is I am a commentator. I provide commentary and context for the tea. So there you go. Fun fact. Okay. Now, with that out of the way, y'all, let's dive on in. Let's dive on in while we got the people has jumped into the room. Miami, Atlanta, Chicago. I see you. SoCal, ATL. Yes, a lot of tea. Phoenix, Arizona, McKinney, Texas, Houston in the building. Hey, what's going on? Stone Mountain, Atlanta, Georgia. I see you. I see you. I see you. Come on through. Come on through West Palm Beach. I see you. Let's dive in. Okay. Detroit, Texas. Yes. Arkansas. Shamea. All right. So Shamea, y'all. She is not playing with Angela. Okay. She's not playing these games with Angela. And in this actual interview with Angela Yee, she talks about Angela Oakley. And she basically says this. She's been forced to send Angela a cease and desist because, listen, shout out to our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room as well. If you are not going to name names, okay, then you need to stop all this conversation about me and these Atlanta Hawks players because at this point, it's affecting my jobs. All right. Shamea's not playing no games with Angela. And it's funny that this comes out heading into the reunion. So what does that potentially mean? What can Angela actually say about this moving forward if she has been sent a cease and desist right before that just hit me, right? If the reunion is filming tomorrow, okay, in New York City, then I wonder, that would probably mean, unless Angela just says, I'm gonna ignore this cease and desist, which some people do. Okay. Some people do. So I would have to wonder if that would limit what Angela can say about this while they are actually filming the reunion. And if so, this may have been a very good legal strategy for Shamea going into the reunion, because otherwise, now what does Angela have to utilize as the basis for this beef, this mega beef that she has for some reason with Shamea? Now, granted, Shamea did say that the Charles was outside, and Shamea dove into that. I believe it was during the Carlos King interview where she said that she was actually using Charles's words against him, when apparently during the opening first episode dinner, it was a question that was asked about, allegedly, according to Shamea, there was a question asked about how some of the marriages lasted so long, or how the marriage had lasted so long. And Charles was like, I'm paraphrasing here. I'm paraphrasing what Shamea said. Okay. She said that allegedly Charles said something about, well, I stay out all day and I come in when everybody else has gone to bed, is going to sleep. So Shamea then turned around and used that in her argument with Angela about Charles being outside, ergo using his words. Now, Angela could say the same, because Angela positions on Watch What Happens Live that Shamea herself was the person who had said that there had been rumors about her and the Atlanta Hawks and Falcons players that have been around since a cat was a kitten. So now that I put all these things together, my final verdict is this. If Angela is indeed going to say that Shamea has been allegedly sleeping with these, and she's heard it from sources other than Shamea, that's adding a layer to what she said about Shamea saying it, right? So it's one thing if you said, well, you said it yourself that there were rumors. But what Angela is saying, and we have to note the key distinction here, because this could be a potential basis for where it gets tricky legally, is Angela is saying, well, no, I also heard it from someplace else. Okay, so then now, who, A, did you hear it from? And then B, who are the names that you have heard? And can you prove it? Because if you can say it and prove it to be true, then there's no need to cease or desist, because what you are saying is actually, in fact, true. Would that not be the case? Or it would just simply be easier to say, you know what? Fine, I'm going to take this cease and desist and I'm not going to say nothing else about it. Okay. Which one do we think that Angela's going to come with at the reunion? That's going to be the question. That's going to be the question. Because if you're saying, well, these are the players, and I know this for a fact because I believe the source, are you willing to die on that hill? That's the question. Are you going to be willing to die on that hill if you know that it's about to get litigious up in this jamboree? That's the question. Because if you feel like it's true, then you could just be like, well, here are the names. I said it. And it's now, okay, it's on you. Prove that you didn't do it. I don't know. It gets murky with this type of stuff right here. That's why I stated earlier, y'all, I don't like when they do this type of stuff, because then again, unless you about to name the names, then just keep it off the playground, right? Keep it off the playground if you're not going to get into the things. The same goes for every last one of them, okay? Not just Angela. I'm talking about everybody on the show. If you're gonna bring up some rumor about some, and this is the second time that it's happened with Angela, because she initially stated that Pinky had a wife in the basement. Okay. Who is the woman in the basement? Where did you hear this from? Right? Now, Pinky let it roll off of her because clearly it sounded cockamamie when we heard it. It sounds funny, but at the end of the day, it's like, is it really? I mean, wife in the basement, it sounds wild. It sounds like a Lifetime movie. It does. It sounds like a Lifetime movie to me. Anyway, married Nigerian pastors. I don't know. For which Porsha did double down on her in her Z-Way interview. I tried to tell y'all earlier, if you ain't seen that Z-Way interview with Porsha, please go see it. It is so funny. You will cry with laughter. All right. So that's that on the cease and the desist. Okay. Say what it is or keep it on the playground. All right. Now that we got the cease and desist out the way. Shout out to all the people up in the chat. I appreciate you guys being up in here. Make sure you guys click that like button as we head into the next story. Also, to y'all, we got our faceless content class. The link is in the description of this video. And it is also right here. I will put it in the chat for you guys if you want to dive into the world of faceless content. And you don't want to be seen, but you want to create content that generates, then you want to dive into this class. The link is also in the chat. Okay, I give you all the tools and resources. I give you behind the scenes of one of my channels. I tell you how I got started with this and the mistakes that I made. And I also give you templates and resources that you can use. Also, there are tutorials in there as well. So it's the whole kit and caboodle that you get with this. All right. So now that I've stated that, and we're talking about faceless, let's get into this story about changing faces. Okay. So this was crazy to me because this was sent to me like probably 20 minutes before I decided to go live. And I looked and it was everywhere. Okay. So let's just walk down this story right here real quick. Okay. So Mia, and I saw this post and I feel like I commented on it and I was like, oh man, she looks great. You know what I'm saying? And it just was what it was. I was just, showing love to the photo when I saw it, the initial photo on Mia's page. Didn't think anything of it. I think I left like some fire emojis or something like that when I first saw it. And that was it. Kept it pushing. So when I was sent this, I was like, wait, what? So apparently, Mia is now being accused of allegedly photoshopping her head onto the model's body. So okay. I have a theory about what has actually happened here, but I don't know. Okay. And I've not asked Mia. Okay. I'm just going to put it on out there. I haven't asked her. So this photo on the right, on the left was Mia. Okay. And I say was because the photo is no longer there. I did look on her page. It's not there no more. All right. And maybe because I'm sure it's because of this and what happens next. So this model is Sophie O'Neill. Now, I don't really know her like that. I don't know who she is. Today is my first time hearing of her, but I'm sure I'm probably in the minority. So I guess she posted this on her story or either on her page, and she calls out Mia and she says, superimposing yourself onto my picture. The world is a very scary place these days. This is just sad. Okay. So, when I'm looking at this photo, I'm looking in the nooks and the crannies, and I do feel like I see some differences in some of the features, but the stance is still oddly the same, right? So it's kind of like, well, what in the doppelganger is going on here? So when you go to the neighborhood, like I'm on the neighborhood talk, but I'm going to show you the other site that I saw it on first. So I just want to be kind of like judicious about showing you guys where the information is. So Sophie O'Neill apparently commented on Mia's post and said, "Please, can you remove the picture of me with your head on it? Thanks." So she actually went to Mia's page and then commented and is like, get your face off my body. Get your face off of my body." Okay. So that's Mia's original post. That's Sophie's original post. Okay. Now, just for context, y'all, Sophie's photo, because I went to her page, was posted at the end of a carousel in what? This was, I think, 2020. This was September 17th, 2025. We are now in 2026. It is the year of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, 2026 and we're in the month of June. Okay. So almost a year later, right? So why would Mia then go and superimpose her face on some other young lady's body? Now, granted, the pose is very, very similar. Now, I don't know this. I don't know what I don't know. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you what I do know first. So then when you go, this is actually the first place that I saw this post. But I wanted to go through what the neighborhood talk had posted because I needed you to see some of those things, right? And I wanted you to be able to see that Sophie commented on Mia's post. So you can see it here too. Now, what the girls are fighting noticed is here that the post, Mia's original post, had been removed because I went back to go look. So then Mia posted and commented and said, "Fake news. Legal notice has been emailed. Thank you, loves." So here we are yet again. Somebody didn't call the law. Okay. Somebody didn't call the law. All right. So where does this leave us with regards to what has actually happened here? I'm going to tell you what I think. Now, again, I've not spoken to Mia. So this is alleged. This is an opinion of what could have happened. I am not saying this is fact or true. And Mia, if you ever hear this, then you are more than welcome to clarify it with me. I'm open to that. This is what it sounds like. Okay. What it sounds like is perhaps someone on Mia's team maybe used AI to recreate a look. Okay. And AI sometimes will pull images of from social media, right? As a basis for recreating a look. I don't know if I told you guys this, but one of my clients that I've worked with before, she was sent a video of herself on a YouTube ad commercial advertising insurance, but she sells natural hair care products. That wasn't her. So we are assuming that someone used AI to generate a video of a black woman, and then the AI pulled from the internet sources, used her image and her video because she's wearing her pair. This is pulled from her video, and they put in another voice. So the woman does not sound like my client, but it very much is my client. So this is the reason why I think that it is potentially AI that has pulled in the reference photo of the dress, but maybe used Mia's face as the full image. Okay? Potentially. Potentially. I'm just stating what could have happened, right? So that could be why Mia could be potentially in the, I don't want to say she's in the right, but when it says fake news, that could be a reason why this could be fake news, because maybe she did not knowingly put her face on this lady's body. Maybe the AI did it for her. I'm just saying that could be the case. That could be the case. Now, I see someone in the chat says, I don't understand why it is this deep. I'm glad you said that. Actually, I'm going to pull up your comment. Okay. So, Monique, simply Monique, let's just say for the sake of argument that you found yourself, someone sent you a video or a photo of you, and someone else was claiming that they were you, but you were never at that location, or you were never using a product that they were indeed using. Okay? But all your friends think it's you because an AI has picked up an image of something, because if I give it enough prompts, it can pull up an image that maybe closely resembles you. Okay? Now, would you want your lower body mixed in with someone else's top of the body? Would you want that for yourself? Or would you, as the person who is maybe utilizing the AI to create something very specific for yourself, want to then later find out that, oh my God, the thing that AI pulled in is actually from somebody else. And now that someone else is mad at you. That's why it's deep. That's why. So I get why the young lady here, Sophie, may be upset. I get why now Mia could potentially be upset. Because maybe she's thinking, oh, I'm creating images for my brand and I don't want to be in the photos. There are a lot of creators who are out there doing this right now. So you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I feel like it ends up being like a bigger topic. And otherwise, also too, the fact of the matter is that the news, this is everywhere at this point. So that's why we're talking about it here. I be trying to tell the people it is deep. It's deeper than you know. Oh, I was speaking about Mia. Why not say it's a mistake she made? So I think this is what I would think, Monique, and that's a good question. I would think that if you, and I don't know this to be true either, but I would think that if you have been now posted on the internet with someone who has claimed that that she has done this, and maybe she didn't do it with malicious intent, and maybe it wasn't her and it was the AI. And when we all use AI, we are reliant on AI to give us good information, but we're also reliant on AI to give us unique images. But AI is pulling references most likely from the internet, from social media, the data that is out there in the world, right? So it's very difficult to parse through whether the AI created something truly unique or not. So with that being said, is Mia really at fault if she did this way, or is the AI at fault, right? So I think because it is embarrassing, as The neighborhood talk points out, right? Embarrassing. Look at the top of the headline. Because it's embarrassing, I would assume that if now she might be embarrassed, and that embarrassment would cause her to say, legally, what should I do? Right? If I'm her, right, I'm definitely thinking, well, legally, I'm being embarrassed right now, being accused of basically body snatching. Okay. What should I do? I would believe, and I could be wrong, that a legal expert is probably going to say, you do not have to accept responsibility for this, or you should not claim responsibility for this. Now, I don't know if she should have posted anything like fake news or not. I don't know. But I would assume that if the case is now going to be made that she is not responsible for this image, that it is the tool that she used that is responsible for this image, then she would want to be able to make a case for, hey, I'm not going to accept responsibility for this because it wasn't my fault. It's the AI's fault. But again, I don't know. I don't know. Let's go look. Somebody says she posted it again. The great thing is, I have Mia's page pulled up. Let me like the photo. Okay. Now, here's the thing. All right. I could state the obvious here, but I'm not going to. What I'm going to say is that if I am generating, I don't know this to be true. Again, I, I don't know this to be true. Mia is a beautiful woman. So, you know, knowing what she actually looks like and knowing that she has a great body, I mean, that's easy, right? It's number one. But I also believe Mia to be a great businesswoman too, behind the scenes. A lot of people may not know that. And so a lot of business owners are utilizing AI to generate images of themselves. And if I could generate AI video of myself doing my work, then I would, right? But I'm not, but I haven't gotten that advanced yet, right? And I would rather have this conversation with y'all verbally. So what I'm going to say is this. If it were me and I were working on Mia's team and we don't have time to do photo shoots every single day, then I'm going to generate another image in the same white dress. That's what I would do. That's just me though. Okay. And I'm just providing you guys practical AI wisdom and experience, period. All right. Now, I hoped that Mia, this is just you, and you just happened to be in the same pose as the young lady in question. I hope that's the case. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to go off what you say. Don't chase clout, chase clarity. That's what converts. She says, never needed clout. My name carries enough weight on its own. The blueprint doesn't need permission to recognize itself. Let me guess. What's her name has a photo sitting down inside the restaurant too. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone because y'all, that's my girl. That's my girl. But um, you know, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. because I'm here for the win. I want everybody to win. I do. I want everybody to win. I do. I do. I do. I do. And that's just that on that. That's period. That's on period. That's it. But what the bottom line is that Mia is a beautiful woman, and white dress or not, I mean, I don't know where you go with this. Okay, I really don't. Let's talk about the ultimate girls trip, y'all, because Nene is back in the building. You know what's funny though? With that last story, y'all, I will tell you, just another little shameless plug. If you want to know a lot more about like use of AI, I will tell you guys, I have an amazing client. And she also wrote an amazing review. Okay. She was in our class, and I want to let y'all know, she writes about AI as well. So if you ever want to know about how to make AI content or what it does, I hope she doesn't mind this, but I want you to, I will put a link to her Substack and you guys can follow her because she is absolutely amazing. Okay. I've had the privilege of working with some amazing people. I support her and I told her I was going to share this. So here it is. But yeah, like get all the way up into it. And that's just going to be that. Okay. I'll put the link in the description along with the link for the faceless content class for those of you guys who are interested in understanding how you can generate your own content. All right. Without showing your face. Okay, so y'all know that the Ultimate Girls Trip is back. Season the Roaring 20th premieres August 9th. All right. And more importantly, our girl Nene Leakes is back in the building. And when I tell you she is doing a little bit of gathering, Lisa Wu wants some respect put on her name in this trailer. And Lisa Wu wants some respect put on her name in this trailer. And Nene Leakes is ready to hand it to her. Okay. So let's get into the tea on what exactly is going on with this show. All right. Just to take you guys over to Deadline. All right. We're going to be having Bravo celebrate 2 decades of the Real Housewives franchise with the Ultimate Girls Trip. The stars include Porsha Williams, Vicki Gunvalson from Orange County, Luann De Lesseps from New York City, Teresa Guidice from New Jersey, Kyle Richards from Beverly Hills, Gizelle Bryant from Potomac, and Lisa Barlow from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Okay. And they state in the article, one of the highlights is the return of Nene Leakes to the franchise. The trailer highlights Nene Leakes filming for the Bravo reality series for the first time since leaving the Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2020, y'all. The preview says, get ready for a celebration to just love, love, love. 7 of the most iconic Real Housewives are whooping it up for a girls trip like no other through Orange County, Beverly Hills, Atlanta, Miami, and New York City. Okay. Why they ain't come to DC? Anyway, the word on the street is each stop welcomes more familiar faces from Housewives history to join the celebration, revisit defining moments, and stir up surprises that will have everyone shaking, physically shaking, with laughs, tears, and enough revelations to leave everyone asking, who said that? The trip culminates in a Bluestone Manor bash worthy of the splits. It's time to be cool and buckle up for an adventure that tests old bonds, creates new friendships, and leaves the women with memories they won't forget. Y'all, this is a 9-episode special that will premiere on Sunday, August the 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and feature 82 housewives. Okay? 82, y'all. So let's get into some of the feuds that we see spiraling out of control on this. Okay? All right. I made my notes. Yes, she does help educators too. Not the students. Not the students, Monique. We got Lisa Wu versus Nene Leakes. I think Lisa Wu is maybe upset because maybe Nene Leakes did not mention her name from what I heard, I guess during a speech or something like that, or I don't know, something like that. Something happened. So she confronts her about that. Candace calls Gizelle tacky while Gizelle, I guess, is on the stage. And so they have a little interaction. There is Erica Jane versus Luann, because I think that there was an instance, I think it was either Watch What Happens Live or some other interview where Luann had said that Erica Jane was like one of the rudest Bravo people that she had met. So when Kyle tries to introduce them, Erica is kind of giving her the cold shoulder. I mean, if I was Luann, I'd be like, "Who cares, girl? I barely know. We barely know you, right?" In the sense that Luann has just had a longer run. Well, has she? I don't know at this point. Has she? Yeah, I would say she has had a longer run because the Bravo is still kind of working with her, right? We have Ashley versus Kyle because Ashley wants to, I guess, confront the situation about what happened when they ran into Mauricio while the Potomac girls were in Colorado. Y'all remember that? And they were trying to hook Ashley up with Mauricio, and Gizelle was kind of like, no, that's my homegirl's girl. You can't do that. And when Ashley says, I would think we need to have a conversation about, the interaction that you saw with your ex-husband, Kyle is very much like, well, we're actually still married. Okay. Melissa and Teresa is not so much a disagreement or an argument per se, as it sounds like more of the same, with Melissa asking Teresa, what do you want? I will give it to you. Just be friends with me again. Luann versus Porsha. Luann is on the stage and she confronts Porsha for being late. I think Porsha tells her to sit down and shut up or something like that. I'm not sure. We have Teresa confronting Heather Gay over Heather Gay allegedly having too much to drink and being nasty and so rude and so nasty, rumors and nastiness to Lisa Barlow, of all people. And then it looks like we might have Lisa Barlow versus Gizelle. Lisa is asking for a genuine apology, and Gizelle is very much like, girl, you better muster up. I don't know what muster up means in that context, so I'm just gonna have to leave it at that. Maybe she meant buckle up. Maybe you better buckle up. Maybe you better toughen up. I don't really know. Okay, but yes, the girls are at it. The girls are indeed at it. All right. What's going on, boo? My Kenyan boo in the building says, I love your content. Love, love, love. All right, I gotta get to Kenya, y'all. I gotta get to Kenya. I've had like 2 opportunities to go, and I have not been able to do it. So that's what's going on the trailer for Ultimate Girls Trip. Nene Leakes is indeed back in the building. Thank you, God. I think there was a time when we thought that this would never happen again, right? We thought we would never, ever, 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 ever see this again. Never, right? So to be able to see this, I just wonder like what the reception is going to be. Is this going to be a ratings bonanza through the roof? Or, I mean, listen, the reality of reality TV in today's landscape is this. People have so many options of what they can be watching at any given time, and people are really distracted by social media. So a lot of times y'all probably even do this yourselves. A lot of times you might be watching a TV show, but you might also be flipping and through your phone at the same time. So it's not like back in the day when people only had the one cable option and that's what you had. So everybody was watching cable. Everybody, you can get those ratings. I think that TV needs to take on a different metric for how they measure the viability of shows, because shows have long since relied on advertising dollars from advertisers. But there also has to be another way for advertisers to be able to pay for space in those shows. And I think one of the ways could potentially be is that the advertisers have a stake in the shows, right? So I know this could be a conflict of interest for some shows and some reality TV contracts. But I'm just thinking to myself, if I am a brand, what better way to ensure brand inclusion than by infusing the brand into the actual bedrock of the show? Now, how you do that, how that's worked out, I don't know. But I would think that that is one of the reasons why you see a show like Ladies of London, The New Reign, get put on pause, and Miami gets put on pause because the ratings are not what they are supposed to be. And that affects the advertising dollars that are coming in for those shows. So the balance of, okay, well, what's the return on investment? The return on investment is not what it needs to be. So that's why I wonder what it will be like having Nene Leakes back on the show. Will she be the ratings draw, or are we all just still suffering, networks and just really networks, suffering from the day and age that we live in, where there are just so many options that people don't watch shows the way that they used to? There are a lot of people that just watch the clips on social media. That's a fact. I know some of y'all in the comments will tell me, I don't even watch the show. I will just come and watch your recap. So I know. And sometimes I've done that with shows that I like, and it don't even be Housewives shows. These be other shows that I want to watch, but I'm like, don't feel like watching because I don't want to sit down and commit to it. I just need a look. I just give me the tea, right? Just give me the general consensus. That way I can see whether or not I want to watch it. Sometimes I'll even watch the reviews before I watch the show because I want to know if I should watch the show. And the review will tell me because I trust the reviewer. So, yes, man. I know, y'all, we had a lot of deeper conversations than I thought we would go today, but I'm so happy y'all stuck in there through it. I know that AI conversation was super deep. I am not saying that that is what happened with Mia. I am saying that that could be an explanation. I'm not saying she did it. I'm saying that somebody who works for her could have done that, right? So I just want to be clear about that because listen, I ain't trying to get no cease and desist either. Okay. But listen, you pick up the phone and call me, girl. Also too, like, we'll see what happens with this Atlanta reunion. We'll keep our ear to the streets tomorrow. I'm sure we'll get some tea from Atlanta. I'm trying to figure out what color combinations are going to be, what the seating chart is going to be. We should be getting the seating. Oh, that's the other thing. We should be getting the seating chart tomorrow. We typically get it the day they film it, right? So we should be getting a reunion seating chart, I would imagine, tomorrow. Ooh, I got a long day tomorrow. So how are we going to do that? We're going to have to figure that out. Oh, please don't let it come out tomorrow. Please let it come out on Friday morning instead. Okay. That would be the ideal situation for me. Okay. Right. Boss Lady says all I watch these days is recaps. So Callie says the recaps are more entertaining. Listen, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, also too, y'all, at 7 p.m. tonight, I know we have a lot going on for the squad today, but I want y'all guys to know a couple of quick facts. We're having a 7 p.m. call tonight via Zoom for anybody who wants to join in on our Rich Life travel membership. Like, that's the one where I was telling you guys I can show you how to get to Dubai for like $29 for 2, 4 and 5 star hotels. These are the types of accommodations I'm talking about. We're planning a small group trip, a private group trip to Vail, December the 9th through the 13th. Okay. I'm limited on how many more people we can add to it. So definitely shoot me an email at bookings at djrichieskye.com if you are interested in doing that, or if you want to sit in on that meeting, because it is from 7 till about 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that means that when I get off of this live, you will need to email me, and I will email you back up until about 6:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Zoom link. So you can join in on that. I've had people ask me about that in my email. If you're on the live now, hopefully you are typing your email to me now so I can go ahead and send you that Zoom link, because I got to run out and grab me some food before I come back and do that live. Okay. We got a lot going on. So I'm just going to keep it real. And listen, if you're somebody on the channel that claims that I'm too biased, I don't know. I don't have nothing for you at this point, because I don't really care what you think. I really don't. If you feel like I'm too biased, then don't watch. Like, go someplace else. Like, bother somebody else. I didn't invite you here today, actually. I didn't. Oh God, I didn't. We got our own group going on here, and we be real happy about it, right? We be talking and stuff like that. We don't even always get along for those of us that, you know what's funny, y'all? Do y'all know that about 70% of people that I have clapped back at, they are now like actually still watching the channel, and they will joke, they will laugh, they will comment, "You clap back at me one time too." And I'm like, but you still here? And those be my real ones. That's a real one right there. Not you who I'm talking about today. You can go. But everybody else, baby, listen, I didn't invite you. We didn't invite you, actually. I didn't invite you to this party. Like, how you show up at the party complaining that nobody invited you to? Like, you're not even a +1, babes. I think it's one thing to be like, no, I don't agree with that, Richie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's this, right? You could do that, right? You could definitely say that, because I want you to, because that challenges the way that I think, and I'm somebody that does like to be challenged because it makes me grow, right? But if you come in here and you talk about stuff like that, that's so 2020, when I think I first started. That used to be the thing that everybody was saying, you're biased, and I'm like, biased about what though? Like, I would have to like one person more than the other, and I don't feel like that. Like, I don't even come at my reviews in that way, right? But if I see the continued mistreatment of a particular character or personality, then I'm gonna say something. It's just like that. And a lot of times what happens is you just don't like that I'm saying it, because you just don't like that person. You have the bias. It is not I, right? And even if I do have a bias, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. All right? And if you don't like it, surprise, surprise. Anyway, y'all, go ahead and shoot me an email if you want to hop into our Zoom tonight. Not the Secret Scott Squad in the bushes, baby. Right. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know it. I'll be here for y'all's opinions too. Just don't be coming at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could give me a full dissertation about why I'm wrong. I like that, right? But just, when y'all say some things, just be like, come on, bro. Anyway, listen, and that's the thing. Call it out, right? If you do, I'm cool with that too. But like, sometimes you just get like tired of people like saying it, and like, Nah, I know I'm being fair on this. Now, if I am when I am being biased, I'll tell you. That's why I tell y'all who I know, so y'all know already. Okay? There could be a bias here. I know this person. And here's how I know them. It is what it is at that point. All right. But yeah, like I said, shoot me an email, bookings at there's no cost to attend the Zoom tonight. The one at 7 p.m., there's no cost to attend that. I'm basically gonna break down for you how the membership works and how you can come to Vail with us, but that's about it. That's free. Just shoot me an email. Yeah, it's no cost for tonight. The only time I had a fee was like when I was doing if I'm doing like a live master class, like a faceless class. If I'm doing an actual class, that's when, because that's 3 hours of my time. I'd be going for 3 hours doing those things, and I'd be exhausted when I'm done. So that'd be the reason. Listen, I ain't mad at it. Like you gotta be fast these days. You gotta be fast. That's all I got, y'all. I'm just on here chatting with y'all because I like it. I like it. Oh, the door is closed. All right. Okay, so we got the three things, y'all. The faceless class is in the link. My email is right here. I will also add the AI Substack. You guys can join that. I don't have a problem promoting other people and their stuff. So if you, also too, y'all, if you ever have something that you are selling and you are a business owner, please do not hesitate to put it in the chat. I love when y'all do that. Okay. And I will also highlight your business. Why do I do that? Because I want the squad to win. Okay. I don't mind doing it and I don't mind seeing it. So do not hesitate. If you are a business owner and you have just don't spam it, right? Use your due diligence and, do it the right way. You can post it a couple of times, but just not back to back, right? But definitely feel free to post your business. Please. Absolutely do that. Even if you watch this later, post your business. Put it in the comments. Here's my business. Here's what I do. Here's where you can find the link. Please do it, y'all. Please. Again, if we can help each other, and if I can help you in that way, if this becomes your avenue for promotion, do it. You have my full permission because I want you to win. Okay? Well, I'm going to always shout. Let me make it big, okay? I'm going to always also to shout out my fellow content creators that I also think you should follow, okay? So make sure you guys are following Housewives from a Housewife on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube, okay? That's my boo right there. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's about it. Let me go and run a couple of errands before this 7 o'clock. For those of you guys that want in, hit me in my my bookings at djrichieskye.com email, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Oh, also tap into the class. Get the class. For those of you guys who are thinking about doing something faceless, you don't want to show your face, y'all, do this class because it will unlock the door for you. I'm telling you. I am telling you. When I started this in 2020, it was not called faceless, nothing. I was just doing it because I knew that I don't want to show my face all the time, right? And some of you out there, let me say this real quick before I go. Some of you out there don't want to be visible. You don't want to do what I'm doing right now. but you still want to make content and you still want to, you know, have something generating for you, right? We always need a generator. So if you want to do that and you want to learn the basics and then you want to learn how to scale it, definitely hop into the Faceless class. I lay it all out for you and I give you every single resource and tool that you would need, some free, some, you know, some might cost maybe $20, $10 a month or something like that. But I give it all to you. And I show you how to basically create video content in less than 5 minutes. When you see it, when I walk you through it, you're going to be like, I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. And if you haven't done it already, if you haven't seen the reviews, check the reviews for the class. All right. Now, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Oh, that link is also in the description.